Hello, I'm Gareth. I'm the UK Sales Manager and I'm going to walk you through the features of our interactive whiteboard software for New Inside Out Digital. The key features of this are also applicable to our software for global digital. Today we're going to be using a Hitachi board, but the software is compatible with any manufacturer. You can also use it on a simple laptop and projector setup, although the interactivity will be more limited. I hope you enjoyed this next session. Okay, once the software's been installed on the computer, it creates an icon on the desktop which looks like this. And once you've double-clicked on that, you'll see this main menu screen appear. There are 4 menu bars, one for the digital book, another for the teachers area, another for resources. These are printable resources with CEF checklists, workbook answer keys, and the worksheets to accompany the video content. You can also access the video content for New Inside Out Digital directly from this menu bar here. There is also a software update button which can be set to automatic, and also a help menu. But the help section, if you click on that, it gives you a number of help topics depending on what you need assistance with, and if you just click on that, it will play a short clip with audio highlighting how to use and achieve that particular feature.
The pen and highlighter tools can be used to make annotations on the digital book pages.
There is also a PDF user guide, and that also comes with the disk for installation as well. And that covers absolutely everything that you can do with the software. So there's quite a lot of support that you get with the IWB package. The digital book icon takes us straight through to the Students' Book Pages area. We can also access the Teachers area via the digital book, but if you wanted to go and prepare your lesson, you could go directly to that area from here. And the resources, if we click on there, we get the items that I mentioned earlier. Okay? And you just click on these, and that takes us to another screen where you can view and print that material. And just scroll as you would do normally. And close to get back to the menu we were just at. Okay, so if we go back to the main menu and go into the digital book, you're then given a choice of which unit you'd like to go straight through to. As this is the elementary version, there are 16 units, and if we just click on Unit 9, for example, that takes us straight through to the page where we begin Unit 9. And this is the main layout of the software. In the center you can see we have the Students' Book Pages with icons attached to it, and we also have a navigation area here, and our main toolbar is down on the right. I'll just begin by talking about navigation tools first of all. You can close and expand these icons here, and these are related to the different units. So you can go straight to Unit 1, or perhaps to Unit 6. It's also possible to search through the digital book by unit, but also by skill type. And that gives us a range of skills divided by unit, so speaking, listening, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, the useful phrases, so functional language, and pronunciation tasks. You can also search via the media type. And that gives us an option to go directly to either the audio content, the video content, or the interactive exercises that are part of the digital book. You can also view this much more simply as a reel, okay? And you can navigate forwards and backwards, and you can also use the scroll bar here to get to the pages that you need to access. Down at the bottom, this button here takes us back to the main menu. Question mark takes us to the help section. This minimizes the software, as you may wish to use the software that comes with the whiteboard or any other software program. And this X closes the software. Now what I'm going to do is just run through the icons that are attached to the Students' Book Pages. The question mark is very obvious, and that gives us our answers to the question. You can highlight the answers one by one, You can hide them, or you can show all of the answers in one go. And to close this, you just click the X. There are only a few of these icons, so very easy to get familiar with them. The second one that I'd like to show you is for the audio. If we click on this, it brings up a bar, and I can move this bar anywhere on the page. And this controls the audio that's attached to the exercise. If I click on play.
For the holiday of a lifetime, choose the piece of Little Palm Island, or the luxury.
Okay, I can pause that at any time. I can also scroll through using this bar here, and I can adjust the volume using this here. And at any point, if I wanted to mute the audio, I just click on this button. Now, let's imagine perhaps that the students have listened to this extract twice, and you now want to go through the answers, or perhaps they're struggling with a particular answer, and you want to replay that part of the text where the answer appears. All you need to do is click anywhere in the sentence.
The Emirates Palace Hotel cost $3 billion to build.
And it automatically cues that for you. And just to get rid of the audio script, you just click on this button here. And to get rid of the bar itself, just click on the X. Okay, the next icon I'd like to show you is for the interactive exercises. This is an icon of a mouse, and if you click on that once again, it gives you the option of doing the task that appears on the student's book page interactively. So you can do the task as it appears in the student's book, or you can get the students coming up to the whiteboard and doing it in a more interactive way. Here, this is purely where the students select a word and drag it into the correct place. They can check their answers. You can check all of the answers once the exercise has been completed, and you can show all of the answers, or even try again. And to exit, just press the X. Another icon to be familiar with is this one here, and this actually brings up the grammar reference from the back of the student's book. So if the students are actually heads down and doing and completing a task, you can actually have this up there for them to refer to, and you can move the toolbar out of the way to give them a clear view of that. You can move this around anywhere. And the final icon I'd like to show you is for the video content. Remember, from the main menu we can go directly to the video content, but we can also access it here from the student's book pages. So click on the icon, and this brings up the video for the exercise.
Reception, can I help you? This is room 45. I have a problem.
Okay, the audio script appears down at the bottom, and we can turn this on and off by clicking on this button here, as before with the audio bar. We can also adjust the volume using this scrolling bar here, and we can navigate through the video content using this bar here. To maximize this and have it as full screen, just click on the icon with the arrows pointing to the center or pointing away. And that covers all of the icons that are connected to the student's book pages and the digital book. Okay, next I'd like to run through the toolbar with you. And we've included here features that we think will be used day in, day out in the classroom, and kept it very simple and easy to use by putting it all into one toolbar. At the top is our select tool, and that really functions like a mouse pointer on a computer. No difference there at all. And if you click on the arrow next to the select icon, it gives you a number of options as to what you can do. Now, you need some kind of image or text on here to be able to use these tools, so we'll move to the pen next. And if we click on that, we have the option of choosing the size of our pen and the color options. So, if I just write on here, okay, so I've annotated the digital book, but what I want to do is actually tell the software that this is one word, because at the moment it understands this as different images, and this is very, very simple to do if you wanted to perhaps leave this here or move it to another place on the page. So we go to the select button, we then highlight all of the text, the images, and what we do, we click on the button here with the arrows pointing to the center, and that tells the software that this is all one image, and then we can move that around the page. We can also expand it and shrink it as well. To change that and remove it, all you need to do is re-highlight and then press the button here with the arrows pointing out. It's also possible to actually lock this in place. If you think that this is something that you may use with a future class, you would just select what you want and then click on this button here. It changes from a cross to a tick, and that locks this in place. Okay, we can also remove this annotation from the digital book. If I just click on Eraser and then click on the images, I can delete each individual part of the annotation, or I can select all of it and just click the delete using the trash icon here at the bottom. Another tool that we can use is the highlighter feature. If I click on here, again, like the pen, I have different options of size and color. And all I need to do is run across the text that I want to highlight to the students. Okay, next we're going to look at the zoom feature, and there are actually two zoom features for our software. The first, zoom 1, if you click on that and then click on the page, it zooms into a predefined area of the page, and that is divided up by task. You can also zoom in once again. If I select the zoom 2 feature, I can choose the area which I'd like to zoom into. So here, I may, for example, want to pre-teach Sun Lounger, and I can do that by zooming into this image here. And you'll notice that the definition of the images remains very, very high quality. To come out of here, I just click on the icon with the magnifying glass with the minus sign inside. Okay? And then once more. Once you've zoomed out yet again, back to the main digital book page, you can automatically, using Zoom 2, go to the area that you want to. You don't have to be zoomed in to zoom in yet again. You can do it straight from using the Zoom 2 feature. We also have a scroll feature. If we click on that, that gives us the icon of a hand on the page, and we can just scroll through the digital book pages and go on to the next task. If you're actually zoomed into that page, it automatically highlights the next task for you so that the students can focus on what we're looking at. Okay, another feature is the stopwatch. Here you can choose the length of time. You can also choose the sound that you'd like to appear. You can have a cheer or a bell, applause, or a digital watch sound. And to do this, just click on play and it counts down for you. There's also a feature for blacking out the whiteboard. Now you can use this in a number of ways. Perhaps just to avoid the students looking at the screen too much, or to reveal some kind of image that you may have behind it. And you can reveal from the top and bottom and from the sides as well. And to get rid of that, you just press the reveal icon again. The next feature is a yellow note. Okay? And rather than annotating using the pen, you may find that it's something that you think is going to come up again and again, so you want to have it looking a little bit more formal, and it could be also useful to have something here typed for non-Roman alphabet learners. Okay? And all you would do is use the interactive keyboard with the software or the keyboard of the computer attached to the interactive whiteboard to type your note, and you can then just minimize this and move it around anywhere on the page. To remove that, you just click the X and it asks you if you want to delete the note or not. This next icon here is the undo button, which takes you back stages. And at the bottom, we have the trash can, which gives you an option for deleting all of the annotations on the page and the entire digital book. And that, very simply, is the toolbar that is attached to the digital book. Okay, next we're going to look at the teachers area. And to access the teachers area, we can enter it via the digital book by clicking on this tab here. Or we can go straight in from the main menu. I can go back to the main menu and click on teachers area. And that brings up blank pages, basically, where you can create your own content either before or during a lesson. To add extra pages, you just click on the plus, and to remove, you click on the minus, but obviously it checks whether you actually want to delete that page. Navigation is very similar to the digital book for the students. You can go back one page or forward one page, and you have the scroll that you can use here. These icons here, this asks you if you want to save the teachers area pages. This is for opening pages that you've already saved. This is another option to save the teachers area pages. And here, the print icon allows you to print what you have done with the page. Perhaps some additional language has come up during the lesson, and you can save and print that and hand it to the students so they don't lose that additional language that they've learned. The toolbar on the right can be moved around anywhere on the page. You can move it all the way over to the left or to the right. It can also, like the student's book toolbar, you can remove the names of the icons and you can completely minimize it. So here again we see the select button, the pen, the highlighter, the eraser, but here we also have what we call text. And if I click on that and click on the page, I have a small word processing tool here, and where I can type away and add notes to the teacher's book page. Okay, I can also add shapes into the page. If I click on this, and it gives me a range of shapes, a range of colours, and a range of sizes. I have everything from circles to triangles to arrows to speech bubbles and other shapes down at the bottom. Okay, the next tool that we're going to look at is for bringing images into the teacher's book pages. If we click on the image icon, click anywhere on the page, and it asks us to look for a file. So we just click Browse. Here I'm just going to go to the folder which is My Pictures. It could be any folder that you want to open. Click on the image that you want, click on Open. It inserts this into here, and then you click OK, and you have your image. Now, once that's been brought into this area, you can move it around. Okay? Remember to click back on your Select button to be able to do this. Okay? Okay, and now the image has been brought into the page. You can move it around. Okay? And if you just tap on the screen, you'll see that you have these appear next to the image. Okay, and using these on the sides and the bottom and top of the image, you can move the image around. You can also resize the image. In any direction that you like. Okay, and if you wanted to remove this image, if you click on the erase icon and then click on the image, that removes it. Okay? Right, next, following the same process, we can import audio files. And the same process again as bringing in an image. So you would click on Browse, go to the folder that you would like, click on the file, and You have the same as you would do with the image, and play the file from here by clicking on the tab. We also have the option of using links. If I click here and click on the page, we have the Insert Link menu. Now, I can link to a website by typing in the name of what I actually want to call it, and then the website address here. Okay? Bearing in mind that once you've done this, it creates a tab on the page, and you may have more than one of these on the page. Okay, so once the bar has been created, or the link has been created, tap on it, and it will bring up the BBC web page that we typed into the link. You can also link through to the digital book pages. So you may begin your lesson, for example, in the teacher's book area, and then want to quickly go to the correct page of the digital book. Here you would again perhaps type the name, for example, Unit 9, Hotel, and then type in the page number here. Click OK, and that creates a tab on the teacher's book page. What you can also do is link to a file. Now, the teacher's book area has blank pages, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel, as it were. If you have Word documents or other documents available that have exercises or texts, for example, or sentence stems that you want to bring into this area, click on File, again, give it a name, and then browse for the file that you want to bring into this area. And if you want to remove this bar, click on the eraser, click on the bar, and that removes the link from the page. Okay, and as we had with the digital book, we have the stopwatch feature, the reveal. Here we have copy and paste, and this works very much like a traditional copy and paste function. Say, for example, we had an image, or if you were doing work on money, for example, you could copy and paste notes or coins. This tool here allows us to change the background color of the teacher's book page. Undo takes us back a step, and the trash can as it was with the digital book, and allows you to delete all of the annotations or all of the pages. Okay, once you've created a number of pages in the teacher's area, you may want to reorganize this. And you can do this very easily. Click on the Organize button, and you'll see the pages that you have created. You can add or subtract additional pages, and you can also move them around. This gives you the flexibility of choosing when you present things to the students and for future lesson planning. Now, once we've created this, we will want to save these pages. And it's very simple. Click on the disk icon, and then it asks you to save or do not save. Okay, so this is the same process as saving any type of file on a computer. You type in the file name. Okay, and then just click Save. That takes us then back to the teacher's area. Now, if we wanted to go back to the main menu and then back into the teacher's area, this content still stays there. However, we may in future want to reopen the file. So all we need to do is click on this icon here, and it asks us what we would like to open. The file is given the extension .ta, but here it shows the name that we've given these two saved pages. We click on that, we click Open, and we go back to where we were. Integrated into the software is also a phonemic chart. And you can access it by clicking on the icon on the left, and that brings up the phonemic chart. And if you click
E, C,
it repeats the phoneme and an example word as well.
A, 8.
Also integrated into the software are 4 games for vocabulary revision and recycling. If you click on the Games tab, That will then give you the game menu. There are 4 games, and they work from a master word list and question list. There are predefined questions and words that come with the software, but these are editable and can be added and adapted by the teacher. If you click on the word list, for example, you'll see the predefined words and category, which highlights the unit, the word itself, a prompt, and this is related to one of the games. You can also attach an image for that particular word, and here, actions that you can do: edit, delete, and copy. Okay? And there's also a scroll function here to go through the list of words. Click back to get back to the game menu. And that's the same principle with the question list as well. Now, you can create a game, edit a saved game, or play a saved game. What we'll do is look at creating a game, and if we click on the tab here, this gives us the choice of 4 games. There's a word scrambling game, picture matching, so a bit of Pelmanism, connections, and a racing game. We'll look at the racing game as an example. Click on the tab, and the software asks us to add questions to the game. When we see the question list, to create the game, we have to add questions. And we can do this by clicking on the plus button. It then tells us the number of questions that are needed to play the game, and the questions that we've chosen here. So if I choose the first 10 as an example, and then I can either save that or click play. And it gives us an option for playing 2 racing games. And the number of teams. I can choose 1, 2, 3, or 4. And here, the students in teams have to complete the sentence with the correct option. So here, the correct answer would be how. We click on that, and we can check. And it tells us that that's correct. Whichever team got the correct answer, you can click a plus and give them a point, and their character runs forward. And that's an example of one of the games that can be used for the software to recycle and review vocabulary. And that's the end of the demonstration. I hope you found it helpful, but please remember that the help section has lots of useful videos that you can review at any time if you need assistance in using the software. Thank you very much.